Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Splashcast. There's no guest. This is just me explaining this new ranking system that I came out with. And I feel like it's a very important thing to explain because I'm going to have to talk it through because I don't think the couple sentences right up on my site really helps. So before I do, I want to explain why I did this. And I'm not going to do this all the time. I'm going to do this every like 2 or 3 weeks because this took a little bit. It took me a little, first of all, it took me a while to finally come up with a system that I think works. And there's a reason why I use this as opposed to a different one. You'll notice that Swimwv and Team Manager, they both use NISCA points. NISCA stands for, I don't remember what it stands for, but you can look at my site and it'll tell you. But the thing about NISCA points is it's a national system, which is great. It works great collegiately. It works great to compare people all over the nation. But for the state of West Virginia, we need something exclusive. And the reason why is most people don't know, but the 50 free and the 100 free, we always get really high NISCA scores because we sprint really well here in the state of West Virginia. I mean, we're not the best, but if there's anything that we do pretty well in the state of West Virginia, it's our 50 frees and our 100 frees. With that being said, our NISCA points are always really low on the 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke. And I believe the 100 fly. They're always really low on those. So I wanted to create a system that was very exclusive to just ranking West Virginia swimmers, as opposed to ranking West Virginia, just something very exclusive, just for fun. But there's also another hint that this is of how you could use this. So let me explain what I did. Basically, it's the average percentage away from the top times that you are. That's the system I created. It's the average percentage away from the top times. So you'll see here in the orange and the yellow, those are the orange and the yellow. Those are the data that I entered, the name, the school, and what is your best time in the 50 free, the 100 free, the 200, and the 500 free. And as you'll notice on the top, it will pick the fastest time, best time. So the spreadsheet just automatically puts it up there with careful program formatting. And so then you'll see in the blue, the West Virginia blue, you'll see that it'll have the percentage from the top time. Now that is unconverted, so that is why there's a 0.02. So if you remember math class, the decimal will need to go 2 decimal points over to get the percentage. So 0.027228881 is actually 2.7228881% away. That's what it is what that means. But percentage, you write it in hundreds. Okay, that's what the blue is. And so what I do, and notice there is 4 other ones on the side of the sheet. I just didn't include that because I want to explain this. And so what I do is I will average that and I will divide by the amount of events that you have. Now, you'll notice that in green, there is a min and a max. What I will do is I will subtract your max and I will put your min in. So I'll take 1 max away and put your 1 min away. And that's for the people that swim 7 events and maybe their 100 breaststroke or something is a lot slower, a lot further away percentage wise. That way it doesn't fully penalize them. That's why I did that. And so then you get this total unconverted percent and then it converts it and then so forth and so forth. So what you can use here is, and as I will get to, you'll get to the top 20. How you can use this is you look at it and whatever your number is, if your number is a 9.22 something, that means in order to get to the top times on average, you'll need to drop your times by 9%. So let's just say if you're 10% and you swim the 100-yard freestyle in a minute, and you need to drop 10%, that's 6 seconds. And you just need to drop 6 seconds somewhere between the beginning of the season or somewhere between now and states, and that will do it. And that's what it is. And so you'll find I'll get a nice even number, and that's what comes up in gray. And the spreadsheet does it. All I do is put the times in, and the spreadsheet does all the calculating. So that is what that is in a nutshell. For some of you, you saw a bunch of numbers on the sheet, and you tune this out. And you're just going to be like, ooh, ranking. And that's fine. And for those of you that are mathematics people and want to know exactly what I did, I explained in the detail exactly what this is. And I think this is a good system for just ranking West Virginia people. So without further ado, let me get to the top times, top 20.